Another Death Row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else for.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. We are back to it. It is Wednesday, August 26th. Looking back at yesterday, well, missed yesterday, had some stuff I've been dealing with, had to take care of, but got it all ironed out, had to take the day off. But looking back at Monday was not a good day. The White Sox blew our 7-game win streak. We were rolling, but damn, I regret playing the White Sox. Then we go 2 for 3 on both of our 3-game parlays. Not a good day Monday, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a full slate of baseball here on tap today. Games get started nice and early. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game up, we got the Rays in Detroit taking on the Tigers. We got Freddie Peralta on the mount for the Rays. We got Troy Melton on the mount for the Tigers. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Freddie Peralta on the mount for the Rays. This guy's been absolutely terrible this season. Since joining the Rays, he has an ERA sitting at 5.40. His last 5 starts, I should say, he's not gone past the 5th inning, given up at least 3 runs in all the starts. The hard hit rate for Freddie sitting at 46%. This is a guy that he primarily throws the fastball. The velocity on the fastball's down this season. It's sitting around 96, 97 miles per hour. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Tigers lineup, 6 projected lefties in the lineup. That's something that's going to give him a problem. Not to mention this Tigers lineup, when you look at the numbers in the last 2 weeks versus righties, they look very mediocre, but they've seen a lot of good right-handed pitching in that time. Here today against Freddie, I can see them getting back right. My overall breakdown for Freddie, he goes about 4 or 5 innings, giving up about 3 to 4 runs. Before we get to the Rays bullpen here today, they're rested coming into it, but overall still a bad bullpen. I see the Tigers being able to get another run off of them when they come into this game. On the other side, we got the young right-handed pitcher Ty Melton. This guy's been really good this season, coming off of 2 back-to-back starts where he did not look good. He was getting hit up in those games, but back here today at home, he's going to be seeing a Rays lineup that he saw earlier this season. In that game, he pitched 8 innings against the Rays, only gave up 2 runs. Not to mention Troy Melton in his home starts this season has been really good. Throws a really good fastball on top of that. Not to mention he's going to be seeing a Rays lineup, 6 projected lefties. He has really good splits versus lefties despite being a right-handed pitcher. Left-handed batters are only batting 190 off of him this season. So I see Melton getting back right here today. I see him going about 6 innings, giving up a run. Before we get to the Tigers bullpen, they're rested here today. I like the arms available for them. Not to mention there's some really good arms. I see them coming in this game, giving up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather for this one, the most pitcher-friendly game on the schedule. We got close to 15-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. They got this game rated with a -17 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Tigers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the under 7.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Dingler of the Tigers for 2 total bases. Alright, next game up, we got the Cubs in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. We got Matthew Boyd on the mount for the Cubs. We got Eduardo Rodriguez on the mount for the Diamondbacks. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Matthew Boyd on the mount for the Cubs. He's been decent this season for Chicago, but he has not looked good here in the month of August. And on his last 4 starts, he's pitched a combined 18 innings, giving up 16 runs in that time. Here today, he's going to be seeing a top 5 offense versus left-handed pitching. Not to mention, when I look at the pitch mix breakdown for him versus this lineup here today, there is a bunch of the Diamondbacks that match up really well against him. My overall breakdown for Matthew Boyd, a guy that's throwing that fastball, primarily mixing in that slider. Like I said, I'm projecting the Diamondbacks to get to him. Guys like Perdomo and Carroll really match up well against them. My overall breakdown for Boyd, he goes 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. Before we get to the Cubs bullpen here today, they're actually in a decent spot. I know they blew the game yesterday, but still like the arms available for Chicago late in this game to come in, give up another run or two, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound. This guy's having an amazing season. He has kept up that pace since the All-Star break. Here in the month of August, he's made 3 starts, has an ERA sitting at 193 in that pit time, 0.90 whip, hard hit rates down at 35%. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Cubs lineup, another team top 5 in the majors versus left-handed pitching. Not to mention, when I look at the lineup here today for the Cubs, there's a bunch of Cubs that have a lot of good numbers against Rodriguez in their past matchups. Guys like Suzuki and Bregman were the 2 main guys I focused in on, because when I look at the pitch mix breakdown, you know Rodriguez is going to come out here, throw that changeup, fastball, slider combo, try to mix in the sinker, try to get a lot of ground outs. He does have a decent ground ball rate, but he is going to pitch for contact here today against the Cubs lineup that matches up very well against him. I can see Rodriguez having one of his worst starts in a while, going about 5-6 innings, giving up 3, possibly 4 runs. Before we get to what's going to be the X factor for me in this game, this Diamondbacks bullpen. Good bullpen overall, but don't like the arms that's going to be coming out the pen here today for the D-backs. I see them coming in this game, giving up another 2, possibly 3 runs when Rodriguez leaves. This game is down in Arizona in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The odds makers have this game as a dead even pick'em spot, -108, -108, and I lean towards the Chicago Cubs here today on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I really like the over 8.5 total runs in this game here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Suzuki of the Cubs for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Reds in San Francisco taking on the Giants. We got Nick Lodolo on the mound for the Reds. We got Landon Rupp on the mound for the Giants. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Nick Lodolo on the mound for the Reds. This guy's been terrible this season. He's kept up that terrible pace here in the month of August. Through 3 starts, he has an ERA sitting at 7.50, whip sitting at 175, hard hit rate at 42%, but the big knock on him has been the control. He's walking a bunch of batters. The walk rate's now at 5.2 walks per 9 innings. Absolutely terrible. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Giants offense, bottom 5 offense versus left-handed pitching. We've seen this Giants team struggle to get to some terrible lefties. Kyle Freeland, like 2 weeks ago, pitched like 8 innings, only giving up a run to this Giants offense. Nick Lodolo is a guy that's going to try to pitch for a lot of contact, try to get a lot of ground outs. Here today in San Francisco, a pitcher-friendly environment, seeing a lineup primarily left-handed bats. I could see him having a decent start here today, going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Before we get to the Reds bullpen, decent bullpen overall. They're in a decent spot here today coming into it. I like the arms coming out the Reds bullpen to come in this game, give up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Landon Rupp on the mound. He's been really decent here, and I want to say the season mediocre overall. At times, he'll look really good, but then he'll have like 2-3 blow-up starts in a row. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Reds offense. They've been doing nothing this series up to this point. Not to mention, bottom 10 offense versus right-handed pitching. He's going to be seeing, Landon Rupp is going to be seeing a Reds lineup featuring 7 right-handed bats. He has really good splits versus righties. I can see Landon Rupp coming out here today, who has a good ground ball rate and a good strikeout rate. As long as he can have some control. The walk rate has been the big knock on him this year. As long as he could limit the walks, I can see him having a good start, going about 6 innings, giving up a run. Before we get to what's going to be the X factor for me in this game, this Giants bullpen, they're terrible overall, not to mention their tacks coming into this game here today. I see the arms available for the Giants coming out the pen, giving up another 3, possibly 4 runs here today. This game is out in San Francisco. It's a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. We got it close to 8 miles per hour blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Giants are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like that over 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Guardians in Los Angeles taking on the Angels. We got Joey Cantillo on the mound for the Guardians. We got Grayson Rodriguez on the mound for the Angels. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Joey Cantillo on the mound for the Guardians. This guy's been really underrated this season in my opinion. He's been really good here in the month of August. He's made 3 starts up to this point. In that span, he has an ERA sitting at 2.30, whip sitting at 0.87, the hard hit rate down to 33%. Also has a really good strikeout to walk ratio. Here today, he's going to be seeing an Angels lineup. First thing I'm looking at, this Angels team is a lineup that strikes out. We're their top 10 in the majors when it comes to striking out. They do not draw walks. That's going to work in Joey Cantillo's favor. Not to mention, this team for the last 2 months has been a bottom 10 team versus left-handed pitching. I see Joey coming out here today having a quality start, going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Still got guys like Neto and Trout to have pop versus lefty, so still the threat of him giving up a home run maybe in this game, but overall I can see him having a quality start, going about 6, giving up 2. But before we get to the Guardians bullpen, they continue to play so inconsistent here. Sometimes they come out and they look really good, and some games they're coming out and just blowing it. Looking at the arms that would be available for Cleveland late in this game, I can see them coming and giving up another run or 2, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Grayson Rodriguez on the mound. This guy's looked decent of late. Remember towards the beginning of the season when he first came up, he looked absolutely terrible, but here in the month of August, he has an ERA through his 3 starts sitting at 3.50, whip sitting at 1.20. He does struggle with the command at times. He does struggle with left-handed bats, seeing a Guardians lineup here today, 8 lefties in the lineup. Not to mention, the hard hit rate for Grayson Rodriguez is still sitting at 44% right now coming into it. I see him struggling in this game, going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, if not 4. Before we get to the Angels bullpen, they're going to be the X factor for me in this game. They've been really good of late, but they're really taxed coming into it here today. I see the arms coming out this Angels bullpen coming in this game, giving up another 2, possibly 3 runs. Looking at the weather in this one, a bit more on the hitter friendly side. We got about 12-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Guardians are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total is sitting at 9. I actually got this a 5-4 game for the Guardians. I would lean towards the 9. Both of these offenses could be stagnant sometimes, so I like the under 9. That's where I would lean. For the player prop, I'm taking Jose Ramirez of the Guardians to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Pirates in San Diego taking on the Padres. We got Bubba Chandler on the mound for the Pirates. We got Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Padres. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Bubba Chandler on the mound for the Pirates. Young pitcher, been really inconsistent this year. The big knock on Bubba Chandler has been the command all season. Here in the month of August, he's had some really good starts. In the month of August, he's made 3 starts. In that time, he has a 3.60 ERA, whip sitting at 1.10. But the walk rate continues to be an issue. Here today, seeing a Padres lineup that's top 5 in the majors. When it comes to drawing walks, that can be an issue for Bubba. Not to mention, he's throwing that fastball primarily. It's a good fastball, sitting close to 100 miles per hour, but he's every once in a while mixing in that curveball. The curveball's very hittable. There's 2 guys that match up very well against Bubba Chandler in this Padres lineup. That's Fernando Tatis and Jackson Merrill. As long as he could pitch around those 2 guys, I can see Bubba Chandler having a really good game. This lineup only features 3 lefties. That's something that's going to work in Bubba Chandler's favor. He has very good splits versus right-handed batters. I see Bubba Chandler going about 5-6 innings, giving up 3 runs here today. Before we get to the Pirates bullpen, slightly taxed coming into it. I do like a few of the arms available late, but I still see them coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Randy Vasquez on the mound. They originally wanted to have an opener for him in this spot. This last few starts, when he sees lineups loaded with lefties, they always have an opener for him. But the Padres bullpen is so taxed coming into this game here today. There's gonna be no opener, so we'll see Randy Vasquez from the jump against a Pirates lineup featuring 7 lefties here today. Not to mention they got O'Neal Cruz back. They got that big pop in the middle of the lineup. Randy Vasquez pitch mix against this Pirates lineup. I can see the Pirates getting to him here today. My overall breakdown for Randy Vasquez, who's been decent here in the month of August, has an ERA sitting at 3.20 in his 3 starts here in the month of August. I can see him getting hit up going about 4 to 5 innings where he gives up 3 to 4 runs. Before we get to this Padres bullpen, like I said, they're incredibly taxed coming into it. I see the arms coming out the Padres bullpen, giving up another 2, possibly 3 runs. Looking at the weather here today, extremely hitter-friendly weather in San Diego. We got about 14 mile, it says close to 14 mile per hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield, plus 8 home run percentage on this game. Let's get to the picks. The Padres are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I really like the over 8.5 total runs in this one here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Brandon Lau with the Pirates to hit a home run. Next game up, we got the Phillies in Seattle taking on the Mariners. We got Luzardo on the mount for the Phillies. We got Wu on the mount for the Mariners. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Jesus Luzardo on the mount for the Phillies. This guy's having an amazing year. It's been really good here in the month of August. 3 starts, ERA sitting at 2.33, WHIP sitting at 105. Amazing strikeouts to walk ratio here today. He's going to be seeing a Mariners lineup. The offense has really woken up in this series, but it really in the last 2 series they looked really good against the Cubs as well. But here today, seeing a left-handed pitcher, still a bottom 10 offense versus lefties. Luzardo has a really good strikeout rate. We talk about it all the time with this Mariners offense. A pitcher with a really good strikeout rate is what this Mariners team does not have success with. That's their Achilles heel. Still a top 5 offense in the majors when it comes to striking out. Here today for Luzardo, as long as he could pitch around J-Rod, I could see him having a really good start. Working the K's, coming out here today, going about 6, possibly 7 innings where he gives up a run or 2. Before we get to the Phillies bullpen, they're in a really good spot here today. Come in this game, give up another run themselves, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Brian Wu back at home. He's actually been really good in his last few road starts. We talk about Brian Wu all the time. This guy's Jekyll and Hyde on the road this season. ERA sitting close to 6. At home this season, ERA below 2. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Phillies lineup. Primarily left-handed bats, 7 projected lefties in the lineup. That's something that's not working in Brian Wu's favor here today. Not to mention, he primarily throws that fastball sitting around 98 miles per hour. The hard hit rate sitting at 46%. I can see a few of the Phillies getting to him here today. This Phillies lineup has really good slugging numbers versus right-handed pitching. My overall breakdown for Brian Wu, a guy that does not go deep into games. You usually only see him pitch 6 max. I see him going about 6 here today, giving up 2, possibly 3 runs. Before we get to what's going to be the X factor for me in this one, this Mariners bullpen, terrible overall. They're taxed coming into it here today. I see the arms coming out Seattle's bullpen late in this game, giving up another 2, possibly 3 runs themselves. Looking at the weather in this game, 75 degrees, but we do got close to 8 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 7. I do like that over 7 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Red Sox in Miami taking on the Marlins. We got Sonny Gray on the mount for the Red Sox. We got Ryan Gusto on the mount for the Marlins. Alright, getting into this one here, the most straightforward game on the schedule in my opinion. We got Sonny Gray on the mount for the Red Sox, having an amazing year. Has gotten hit up in a few of his last outings, but still overall, ERA's below 3 in the month of August, WHIP below 110, hard hit rate below 30%. Going to be seeing a Marlins offense, bottom 10 offense overall. They do not draw walks. They strike out a lot. They're towards the top. They're getting close to the top 10 when it comes to strikeouts. Sonny Gray has an amazing strikeout to walk ratio. Also has a really good ground ball rate here today in a very pitcher friendly environment in Miami in the Dome. I see him coming out, not having a problem. This Marlins offense features 6 left-handed bats. He has very good splits versus lefties. I see Sonny Gray going about 6, possibly 7 scoreless innings. Before we get to the Red Sox bullpen, they're in a really good spot here today. I could see the arms coming out the pen. Maybe they'll like reserve an arm or 2, but I could see the arms coming out the pen, giving up a run or 2 when Sonny Gray leaves the game here today. On the other side, we got Ryan Gusto on the mount. First thing I'm paying attention to, probably going to be a guy that's not going to be out there too long. So that's already going to be a problem for Miami here today. Their bullpen's incredibly taxed. Ryan Gusto's a guy that usually only is out there for 3 to 4 innings. He's going to be seeing a top 5 offense here today in the majors in the month of August. Not to mention they've been really good for the last 2 months overall versus right-handed pitching. Top 10 team versus righties in the last 30 games played. Overall here today for Ryan Gusto, throws the fastball. Primarily it's sitting around 95 miles per hour. This Red Sox lineup's been crushing the fastball and that velocity this season. Not to mention he also struggles with his command. Seeing a very patient Red Sox lineup, a team that's towards the top. Yeah, they're sitting around 6th right now when it comes to drawing walks. I see the Red Sox hitting up Ryan Gusto. My overall breakdown for him here today, he pitches about 3 to 4 innings. They're probably going to leave him out there longer than he should be. The Marlins bullpen's incredibly taxed, so possibly 4 to 5 innings here today where he gives up 4 to 5 runs before we get to the Marlins bullpen. Incredibly taxed bullpen. I see the arms coming out this terrible bullpen here today, giving up another 2, possibly 3 runs themselves. Looking at this game is down in Miami in the Dome, so no whether to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Red Sox are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the over 7.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Adley Rutschman of the Red Sox for 2 total bases today. Alright, next game up, we got the Astros in New York taking on the Yankees. We got Peter Lambert on the mound for the Astros. We got Elmer Rodriguez on the mound for the Yankees. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Peter Lambert on the mound for the Astros. This guy's been really good this season, really underrated overall. Coming off his worst start of the season though, last week against a terrible Angels offense. Pitched 3 innings, gave up 9 runs. Despite being a right-handed pitcher, Peter Lambert has better splits versus lefties than he does righties. He saw that Angels lineup, 7 righties in that lineup. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Yankees line, 7 lefties in the order. Has very good splits versus lefties, not to mention the hard hit rate's really low for Peter Lambert. The only thing that does worry me, he does pitch for a lot of contact in a very hitter-friendly environment in Yankee Stadium. I can see that being something that could backfire on him. My overall breakdown for Lambert here today, I see him going 5 innings, giving up 2 runs before we get to the Astros bullpen. Their tax coming into it here today. I see the arms coming out the Astros bullpen, giving up another 2, possibly 3 runs themselves. On the other side, we got Elmer Rodriguez back on the mound for the Yankees. They called him back up because all of the injuries the Yankees got right now to the pitching rotation. Like 3 of the starters are on the IL right now. So they got Rodriguez back in the rotation here today. This was a guy when they had him up in the majors was struggling with his command. The hard hit rate was really high. Not to mention he was facing some terrible offenses when he was up in the majors. Here today he's going to be seeing an Astros lineup. In the last 2 weeks, the offense has been really clicking, especially versus right-handed pitching. The slugging numbers for the Astros is really high versus righties as well. I could see Rodriguez being like a bulk opener, going about 3 to 4 innings here today, giving up 2 to 3 runs before we get to this taxed Yankees bullpen. They blew the game yesterday. I see the arms coming out the Yankees bullpen here today, giving up another 3, possibly 4 runs themselves. On looking at the weather for this game, very hitter-friendly weather. We got about close to 10 mile per hour winds essentially blowing from the diamond to the outfield. They got this game rated with a plus 13 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Houston Astros on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I really like the over 8.5 total runs in this game here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Jordan Alvarez of the Astros to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Brewers in New York taking on the Mets. We got Dustin May on the mound for the Brewers. We got Robert Stock on the mound for the Mets. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Dustin May on the mound for the Brewers. This guy has not been good for Milwaukee ever since they traded for him. In the month of August, he's pitched a combined 15 innings, giving up 11 runs in that span. The hard hit rate's up to 42%. Has been struggling with the command a bit. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Mets lineup that he did see earlier this season when he was with the Cardinals. In that game against the Mets, he pitched 6 scoreless innings. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he does have that decent ground ball rate. That's something that can save him. He throws that good fastball sinker combo. Also throws that cutter in between, gets a lot of ground outs with the cutter as well, gets a lot of swing and miss on that slider he throws. The Mets lineup has been struggling to hit the slider this season. My overall breakdown for Dustin May, I can see him having a quality start, going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Before we get to the Brewers bullpen, they're in a decent spot here today. I still see them coming in this game, giving up another run, possibly 2, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got the right-handed pitcher Robert Stock. He's making his 4th start up to this point. He's pitched 11 innings in the month of August, giving up 9 runs in that span. The hard hit rate sitting at 44%. He's been struggling with the command, has terrible splits versus lefties. He's going to be seeing a Brewers lineup, top 5 lineup versus right-handed pitching this season. Not to mention they're going to be featuring 6 to 7 left-handed bats in the order here today. This is going to be one of the better lineups Robert Stock's seen up to this point. A team that has very good average, guys. You know, this team hits for contact. We know how this Brewers team does. I see Robert Stock struggling in this one, going about 4 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs. Before we get to the Mets bullpen, slightly taxed themselves coming into it. I see the arms coming out the Mets bullpen, giving up another 2, possibly 3 runs. Looking at the weather in this game, they got it rated pretty low for like offensive production. We still got about 6 to 7 mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Brewers are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this game here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Contreras of the Brewers for 2 total bases. Next game up, we got the Dodgers in Atlanta taking on the Braves. We got Roque Sasaki on the mound for the Dodgers. We got AJ Smith-Shawver on the mound for the Braves. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Roque Sasaki on the mound for the Dodgers. He's been so inconsistent this year. Here in the month of August, he's looked decent. He has a 3.20 ERA. The whip is at 130. He can struggle with the command at times. He is prone to giving up the home run in his starts. Averages about 1.3 home runs per 9 innings. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Braves offense. They've been starting to click recently. The bats definitely have been coming alive of late, but overall, they're still a very streaky offense. Roque does have a decent strikeout stuff. The fastball sitting at 100 miles per hour. That's something that's going to work in his favor here today. This Braves lineup, their strikeout numbers have been going up in the last 2 weeks. Not to mention, they struggled to hit the higher velocity fastballs this season. Still, overall for Roque, this Braves lineup does have good slugging numbers versus right-handed pitching. Like I said, he is prone to giving up the long ball. Bunch of lefties on the lineup, still struggles with left-handed bats. My overall breakdown for Roque, I can see him going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs here today. Before we get to this terrible Dodgers bullpen, they continue to come into games and give up at least 2 runs every time they come out. I see them doing the same thing here today. I see the arms coming out the Dodgers bullpen, giving up another 2 runs. On the other side, we got AJ Smith-Shawver. He's making his 3rd start back. He's got hit up in his last 2 starts. The hard hit rate for him sitting at 46%, and he's struggling with the command. Here today, seeing a Dodgers lineup featuring 7 lefties. This Dodgers lineup's been really good versus right-handed pitching recently. My overall breakdown for Smith-Shawver, who I don't see staying in the game for too long. I see him going about 4 innings max here today. I see him giving up at least 2 runs in that time. Before we get to the Braves bullpen, decent bullpen overall, but I see the arms coming out, having to do bulk relief, giving up another 3, possibly 4 runs themselves here today. Looking at the weather, it's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. We got a small gust of wind. I want to say, no, a big gust of wind. I'm looking at the wrong game here. We got a big gust of wind, close to 12 miles per hour, blowing from the diamond to the outfield. They got this game rated with a plus 10 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Rangers in Chicago taking on the White Sox. We got Mackenzie Gore on the mound for the Rangers. We got Sean Burke on the mound for the White Sox. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Mackenzie Gore on the mound for the Rangers. This guy's been decent at times for Texas, but inconsistent overall this season. The first thing I gotta pay attention to for him, it's gonna be a road start for him. He's been terrible on the road this season. He has decent starts, decent numbers in his home games when he's in that very pitcher-friendly ballpark in Texas, but on the road this season, ERA up over 5. Everything goes up. The hard hit rate, this is a guy prone to giving up home runs. The hard hit rate goes up for him in his road starts, as well as the walk rate. Here today, he's going to be seeing a White Sox lineup. In the last 2 weeks offensively, this team's been very streaky. They had a very big offensive game yesterday against DeGrom, but like I said, in the last 2 weeks, very streaky offense. Still a top 15 offense versus left-handed pitching. They still got really good slugging numbers versus lefties as well. Here today for Mackenzie Gore, I can see him going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. It's going to be very hitter-friendly environment in Chicago. Like I said, struggles in his road starts, very hitter-friendly environment. This White Sox lineup still got very good slugging numbers against Gore, who's prone to giving up home runs. Now, overall breakdown, he goes 5 innings, give up 3 runs. Before we get to the shaky, mediocre Texas Rangers bullpen, their tax coming into it here today. I see the arms coming out the Rangers bullpen, giving up another 2, possibly 3 runs. On the other side, we got Sean Burke on the mound. He's been really good this season for the White Sox. Been getting hit up here in the month of August though. In his last 3 starts, he has an ERA sitting close to 5. The hard hit rate's gone up here in the month of August, as well as the command issue. There's been a bit of a command issue. The whip has gone up for him as well. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Rangers offense. Bottom 10 offense versus right-handed pitching in the last 30 plus games. My overall breakdown for Sean Burke, as long as he could pitch around Berger, who got the pop, Sean Burke is prone to giving up a home run or 2. Burke and Seager are the 2 main guys you gotta watch out for here today in this Rangers lineup. Other than that, I don't see him having an issue. I can see him going about 6 innings, giving up a run, possibly 2. Before we get to the White Sox bullpen, slightly taxed coming into it. I see the arms coming out the pen, giving up another run themselves. Looking at the weather in this game, extremely hitter-friendly environment, plus 13 home run percentage. We got close to 12-mile-per-hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The White Sox are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this game here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Vargas of the White Sox to hit a home run. Alright, final game of the day, we got the Orioles in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. We got Kyle Bradish on the mound for the Orioles. We got Michael McGreevy on the mound for the Cardinals. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Kyle Bradish on the mound for the Orioles. This game was really tight to call in my opinion. Really difficult game overall, really intriguing, but we got Kyle Bradish on the mound. He's been decent this season for Baltimore. He's looked really good in his last few outings. In the month of August, he has a 3.06 ERA. The whip though, the whip is sitting at 150 in his last few starts. The command has been terrible. The hard hit rate's been going up. This is a guy that also has terrible splits on the road this season. Most of his blow-up starts come in his road games. He has bad splits versus left-handed bats. He's going to be seeing an order featuring 6 lefties here today. Not to mention, when I look at the pitch mix breakdown for Bradish versus this Cardinals lineup, he's throwing that fastball, curveball combo primarily. I can see the Cards getting to him here today. My overall breakdown for him, he goes about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. Before we get to the Orioles bullpen, decent bullpen overall, but they're slightly taxed coming into it. I see the arms coming out the Orioles bullpen late, giving up another 2 runs. On the other side, we got Michael McGreevy on the mound. Struggled the month of August. ERA was up over, struggled in the month of July. ERA was up over 5 in July. Here in the month of August, ERA's down to 3.10, whip down to 3.25. Does struggle with the command at times himself. He is a sinker ball pitcher. Pitches for a lot of contact. Lower velocity pitcher as well. Top speeds 94 miles per hour. Here today though, looking at the matchup for him, as long as he could pitch around Pete Alonso, he matches up really well against this Orioles team. My overall breakdown for him, I see him having a really good start, going about 6 innings, giving up a run before we get to this terrible Cardinals bullpen. The arms available here today are terrible. I see them coming out this bullpen, giving up another 3, possibly 4 runs themselves. Looking at the weather in this game here today, a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. It's going to be close to 90 degrees. We got about 3 to 4 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The odds makers got this game as a dead even pick'em spot as well, sitting at -108, -108 right now. And I like the St. Louis Cardinals here today on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Herrera of the Cardinals for 2 total bases today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, you know what, since I missed yesterday, we're going to be placing 5 bets here today. First, we're going to start it off with our ladder play. The damn White Sox blew it for us Monday, so we'll be restarting our ladder here today with a $10 bet, and we'll be placing that $10 bet on the Los Angeles Dodgers on the money line. We're getting them at -130 here today. This is our ladder play of the day. Next up, we have a 3-leg home run parlay we're going to be playing here today. We're going to start it off with Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros. We're then going to play Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we wrap up the parlay with Miguel Vargas of the Chicago White Sox, a $10 3-leg home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we're going to be playing here today. We're going to start it off with the Detroit Tigers on the money line. We're then going to play the Cleveland Guardians on the money line. And we wrap up the parlay with that Astros Yankees game total to go over 8.5 total runs. Next up, we have another 3-leg parlay we're going to be playing here today. This time, we're going to start it off with the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line. We're then going to play the Boston Red Sox on the money line. And we wrap up the parlay with that Pittsburgh Pirates San Diego Padres game total to go over 8.5 total runs. And our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. This time, we're going to start it off with the Milwaukee Brewers on the run line. We're then going to play the Chicago White Sox on the money line. And we wrap up the parlay with the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, we're halfway there. You guys know I appreciate you all, I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.